¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que, mi gente? What's up? Welcome to today's episode 50. I'm super excited. We got to the 5-0. And thank you for all those people that's been sticking with me through all this journey. Episode 50. And we are here. ¿Qué lo que? Gadiel del Orbe podcast. Today vamos a hablar de lo que está pasando con Arcángel, bro. This is going all over the internet, bro. All over the internet. This is a major controversy. Like right now, Arcángel is getting backlash for all, like, he started like this World War III on Latino community, bro. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? And for all you guys that don't know, I'm going to play the video right now. We're going to do a live reaction. We're going to see this video together. Y vamos a ver qué es lo que dijo este tigre. You know? And let me tell y'all something. I'm a Arcángel fan. I'm a big Arcángel fan. I love Arcángel. When I was in the Navy, I used to listen to Arcángel all the time, bro. He has these songs. Tengo tantas ganas de ti. I had an interview with Arcángel. I met him before. Like, and he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. But vamos a ver esta vaina junta. Vamos a ver. Okay, let's go.
Nosotros éramos indios. Llegaron esta gente y nos pusieron a hablar y nos pusieron a creer y nos pusieron a valer. Son los cabrones que se pasan diciendo por ahí que España le debe una disculpa a América. Cabrón, y esa estupidez, canto de cabrón. ¿En qué mundo tú vives, hijo de puta? Ah, que se robaron el oro de esto. Cabrón, y las calles, y las escuelas, y las iglesias que construyeron para que tú fueras educado hoy en día. ¿De dónde salió, hijo de puta?
Bruh.
No hay que pedirle disculpa a nadie. Estoy orgulloso, adoro mi madre patria, España.
Bruh, this is cringy. This is cringy.
Hagamos una bulla, por favor. Me encanta mi idioma. No me imagino hablando italiano, francés, ni chino. Todo eso suena feo. Me gusta lo que hablo yo. Cabrón. Nosotros éramos indios.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody sent me the video and they were like, yo, Gadiel, watch this. I saw a little bit, porque sabes que uno está busy. You know, I was out and about, pero watching it now, this man is crazy. He said, nosotros éramos indios.
Llegaron esta gente y nos pusieron a hablar y nos pusieron...
He said, llegaron esta gente y nos pusieron a hablar. That these people came over and they taught us how to talk and they taught us how to believe. So it's like they came over and brought us, like, he's basically saying he brought us religion and the belief of God and whatnot. Bruh, this is cringe, bro. This is cringe. It's like you're celebrating colonization. He was like, we used to be Indians. You're talking about a genocide of Native people in America. It's like people are saying. I like, this is crazy. I like how I have a friend, Jasmine Ruiz. She was on the podcast and you guys seen her before. And she had a good takedown on Arcángel. Let me play what she said so you guys can watch it.
A very long time, so let me talk my shit. The idea that we should be grateful for colonization is not a new idea. A lot of people say it, and it's rooted in ignorance, and it is rooted in the idea that before colonization, everyone was a savage. It's giving Disney movie level ignorance. So just to address that really quickly, before colonization happened in PR, there was a highly stratified society, okay? You had leaders, everyone had a different role in the community. You had farmers, you had builders. It was a fully functioning society, okay? One could even argue that it was an advanced society. Could you imagine that? There's also this underlying idea that because he loves speaking Spanish and he loves his language, that automatically means that you have to love colonization. That is not true. There are plenty of people that speak Spanish and love their language and also say colonization was terrible.
She's right.
There's also this idea that the pros outweigh the cons, that the genocide was worth it because of everything that you got from the colonizer. It's not true. It wasn't worth it. Who are you even asking? It's 2026. How about you go back to 1490 whatever and ask them how they feel about it?
Para que te lo sepa.
You can't. But it's not worth it. It's never going to be worth it. Nothing that comes from genocide will ever be worth it. And that whole mindset, like honestly, if you think that way, you just have no moral compass. You have no moral compass. And you are completely discounting everything that was lost due to colonization. The cultures that was lost, the families, the bloodlines,
Bro.
the language, the customs, the harmony with the earth. Oh my God. And you know what, we gotta remember, like a lot of these celebrities, they don't got no type of education. Not to say that education automatically equates to you know, having a good concept of all of these things, but like literally they be dumb. Arcángel is a fucking clown.
I love how she went. Arcángel is a fucking clown. He is, bro. I don't expect much for Arcángel, but like I feel like he's bootlegging, bro. Logo, how you gonna go to? Well, first of all, Arcángel is a legend now. I'll give him that, right? But how you gonna go from Puerto Rico, Latin America? Arcángel is also Dominican. I think he's like Dominican and was born in Puerto Rico or something like that. Dominicano, tú estás representando, tú vas para allá to the people that colonized Latin America. Created destruction, genocide, wiped out a whole lot of people, wiped out their religions and their beliefs. Taíno people were good people. Los Taíno era tan buena gente that they didn't believe in killing people. They didn't believe. They were so against murder. And matter of fact, they didn't even have metal swords. Their swords were made out of wood, right? Because they thought killing was wrong. And then the Spaniards came over and like they started killing everybody, right? And then you erase these people's religion, you erase these people's identity, and then you're gonna go over there to the colonizers like you should have never apologized for nothing. And there's a reason why they don't want you to apologize. Because you have to admit that you did something wrong. And over there in Spain, they see the Taíno people as savages, right? For Arcángel, it is disappointing. It's disappointing. You know why I don't get offended or I angry about it? Because I also don't expect much from Arcángel. I don't expect like him to be fully educated. Like, bro, just go over there and do music. He came out and apologized. I think he came out with some type of apology or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Arcángel se disculpa. Let me see. Well, he apologized. He's like, oh, I didn't mean this, and that. But you're saying that the reason they constructed churches, they taught us language, they taught us all these things, and they robbed from us. It's okay that they robbed for us because they gave us so much. And you're saying the Taíno people were uneducated. You know, Taíno people used to have trade routes between Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. They had a whole system. You know, it turns out there are a few Taíno people still alive. And a lot of us are still descendants of Taíno people. Like people in Dominican Republic that you see, like people, they say Taíno people like were the most beautiful people back in those days, right? I think as Christopher Columbus wrote in his journal, he's like, these people are beautiful, very generous, very giving. They give willingly. They will make great servants. Pero, first of all, Arcángel, I hope this serves as a lesson. I got no hate towards him. I'm not going to come over here and say, call him a pero read a book. Yo creo que vamos a mandarle there's not attack Arcángel. Let's send him a book. Everybody send him a book and be like, oye, ponte a leer. It's a failure of our education system. And it's sad because I'm like I love that what actually, let me throw it back because I like what Jasmine said because Jasmine talked through her ancestors, bro. But we have to also think about like the ancestors, what, like them looking back at their descendants, like what is it that these people are saying, right? And we have a job. I said we have a job to honor our ancestors and be like, man, well, what happened then was wrong. And I love being able to speak Spanish. I love being Dominican. Me gusta ese acento, ese sazón dominicano. Me encanta. Me encanta. Me encanta ser dominicano, el lenguaje. I love our accent, our style, everything about us, our culture, you know. But it's also sad that this happened because of this tragedy and this human indecency. And one thing I love about what Jasmine said is people don't have a moral compass, and I think sometimes we talk and we lack empathy. And it's the lack of empathy of genocide that happened to the indigenous people of those times, right? And we're descendants. We got blood from those people. We're descendants of that, you know? And there's a new mix of people. We are a new mix of people. What happened of this tragedy that happened in the past? I would love to know what was the religion of the Taíno people. And if anybody knows, I want to know more about the Taínos. You know, I've been learning about my African ancestry. I've been learning a lot about, I would love to learn qué es lo que pensaban los Taínos, de qué fue la religión de ellos, right? And I think this just, and a lot of people believe, like, they think like Arcángel. Ay, gracias. Gracias, España. Madre patria. Yo no llamo a España madre patria. I'm sorry for you. Tú no eres madre ni mierda. Se robaron todo el oro y no me dio nada. Y Emma, pero tú sabes que la República Dominicana tiene tanto oro que todavía tiene, hasta el sol de hoy tiene oro. Right now. And unfortunately, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the Dominican Republic right now that there are protests happening in the Dominican Republic of people digging up, like, Canadian companies and companies from different other countries are going to the Dominican Republic to mine gold. And that's a thing that's happening over there, which is crazy. It's crazy. Bro, this was a crazy week for Arcángel. It's sad, but man, hopefully this was a lesson for him. He came out and apologized. And I think this could be a lesson for everybody, right? It is what it is. You know, at the same time. Also, this past week, my sister graduated. My baby sister got a political science degree. She's the youngest one. She turned 21 years old. I want to let you guys know. And I'm super excited about her. But, bro, there's also something happening, like, because we're talking about lack of education con Arcángel and stuff like that. But I went with my sister to eat with my stepfather and her little brother or whatnot. And we were all sitting there. And we walk into the restaurant and there was a girl, right? That was there with her baby. And he says, you know, her little brother says, yo, that girl, I slept with her. And now she's here with a baby. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And I was like, were you telling the whole table right here? And then mind you, it's me, my father, my two sisters. I'm like, and I was like, for me, I was like, yo, bro, like, I grew up in an era that you don't kiss and tell. But nowadays, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Not only I'm afraid of what the next generation of men is going to look like. Because not only that there's a lack of education, but there's a lack of principle. Like, what happened to being a gentleman, bro? Being a gentleman was cool. I remember I used to, like, when I used to go to school, I used to, like, fantasize about saving the school. That's why I used to fantasize. I used to fantasize about saving people. Like, oh, I'm a superhero. I used to pray it every night. I used to be like, Lord, please, I wish I could fly. Give me the power of flying and being fast as a cheetah. I swear. It was the stupidest way. But those days you wanted to be a good guy. It was like, but nowadays, like, people are like in the, like, and he's there bragging about that he slept with her, blah, blah, and he's staring at her. And then the whole table is now staring at her. It was uncomfortable, bro. And I told him, I was like, yo, I don't kiss and tell. Bro, as a man, you don't kiss and tell. And I looked at my stepfather, like, right? Like, you don't kiss and tell? And he was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that now. I'm like, what? You're the one that taught me this. And I feel like us men have to call these things out. We see something like that, like this is horrible. We have to stand up and call this shit out. I have a new term for it. It's called LQB, low quality behavior. LQB. So when you see a dude being an LQB, please tell me. I think I made that up. If you see a man being LQB, just be like, yo, stop being LQB. That's low quality behavior. I feel like a lot of men like that, like, they seek validation from other men. And two, they feel like their value only comes from women, how many women they sleep with, and how much money they make. But there's no purpose on like what their mission in life is. I think we got to start talking about a man that's full of and focused on his purpose and what he wants to do and what he wants to bring into this world, bro. I think you're able to change the world. My goal, I want to better my community. I want to better my Latino community. I want to showcase who we are and the beauties of it, right? I also want us to grow as a people and be better people, right? But that shit, that low quality behavior, bro. And my baby sisters there listening to all this stuff, right? And my father was like, you have to listen. See what happens? I'm like, this is bad. Like, these men are low value men. I told after that shit happened, I sat down with my baby sister and I was like, listen, you need to get yourself a good man, a high quality man. And what you saw that night, when you saw in your brother and you saw in your father, unfortunately, those are low value men. That is low quality behavior. What they gave you is an example of what not to do and the man that you should never date. You know what I mean? Men like that will always end up just having baby mamas with that mentality. Low quality behavior. Man, we got to do better. But yeah, I'll be honest, I had a great time last week. My sister was graduating and everything. And coming back to New York City, doing this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on. This shit happened with Arcángel. I was like, whoa. Let's do better. Let's bring out books. People need to start reading again. We got to do better as men. I think what's been helping me out, bro. Like I think us men, we have a misconception of what masculinity is, right? And I think our misconception has always been like, you have to be tough and you have to be, you know what I mean? You have to be the bad one. We have to be strong and we have to be fierce. I know that's okay. But also masculinity is fun. I say masculinity is fun. It's about bringing joy, right? It is all about also making people laugh. That's also part of masculinity, right? And I think we have to start teaching people that there's another side to masculinity. And then we don't have to bring women down in order to be masculine. Our job is to bring the joy and uplift and fix problems. And I also feel like once you settle in within your masculinity, you're not intimidated by people and their comments and what they do to try to attack you, right? You're not intimidated because somebody's gay or somebody's trans. When you're comfortable in your masculinity, things like that don't bother you. They looked at the chimpanzees, right? And then the alpha male was the one that was empathetic, was the one bringing people together, was the one stopping fights. Well, he was going around. They'll be the ones carrying babies and hugging them and kissing them. I think that's what masculinity is. And I think like if you trust yourself and trust your masculinity, things happen, miracle happen. I feel like, I did go on a date and I was hanging out with this one girl and I just made sure that I was trusting myself and I was trusting how I am as a man, and things flowed so smoothly and I was being me. And I think there's a beauty of being you and trusting you. And that's what makes you a masculine man. Of you trusting you, of you moving the needle forward, and when you're in your masculine, let me tell you something. Also, when a man is mad that a woman's doing her thing, and let's say a woman is getting her job, right? And let's say a woman is getting a degree, she's making great money. A lot of women that are in powerful position are within their masculine because they have to be. Because the world is a tough place, but in order for them to reach that certain level of success, they have to be in they have to lead themselves. They have to be in their masculine. And that's okay. If you see women talking about us online and that offends you and it hurts you, is because there's something you got to look within you, bro. Like, oh, these women are talking about us. The women are talking about us because we're doing shit. We're doing shit. We can't. If their women say something, you be like, oh, it's not all men. It's not all men, bro. Yeah, it's not all men, but it usually is a man. We just gotta do better. We shouldn't. I'm not gonna get offended. Like, oh, women are talking about us. They're talking about us. Nah, bro. Let me tell you something. When you're in your masculine, bro, and let's say you see a woman, you meet a woman, she's in her masculine, she will always. This is a hot take. I could be wrong. This is a hot take. I say when a woman, let's say a woman's in her masculine, right? And then you show up within your masculine, trusting yourself and being within your masculine, a woman will default within her feminine around you. And when she does that, it's because she trusts you. And the only way to do that is to trust yourself. That's the only way. I think we got to make cool being a superhero again, bro. I think we got to bring back again like how cool it was to be the protector. Because there's something cool about that. It's cool. There's something cool about helping people and saving people and being of service to people and the people around you. Right? I don't know. Well, I appreciate you guys taking time to. Thank you for coming for this episode 50. Thank you for supporting me. Gracias por estar aquí por mí y lo quiero mucho. La gente que me apoya from day one. I love you guys, to all my people. But no, I'm about to get going. Every Wednesday, I have a new episode. Comment right in the comments, man, because I read the comments. I love to have these conversations. Continue having this conversation. What you think? If you agree, you agree. If you disagree, and that's fine. But I'm here to have this conversation with you guys. Well, I'm about to get going porque yo tengo que comer. Lo quiero mucho. And thank you. Adiós.